Hello Patreon supporters, this is my first multi-engine lesson, and yes, I'm doing things out of order. We're still working on IFR, but I got an opportunity to do some pretty cool multi-training in a Beech18 and a DC-3, so I thought I had to go there prepared, so I went and started cranking on the multi. And it went really well. I actually got to flight test standards pretty quickly, so I'm just getting ready now for the multi-engine flight test, debriefing my lessons, and I thought I'd share this. Here we are, run up complete.
Okay, so pre-takeoff checklist. Fuel selectors are on. Magnetos are on. Prop controls full forward. Make sure correction prop controls full forward. Mixture's rich. Alternate airs off. Circuit breakers all checked. Cowl flaps are open. Trim's set, so hard to see, but there's an N there for neutral, so that's neutral. This is elevator trim, and this slightly to the right, which is okay. This is rudder trim. Flight control is free and correct. You can do that. You're going to be doing the takeoff. Okay.
Okay, flight controls are free and correct.
Okay, doors, front, rear. So front's secure, rear door is secure. Seats and seat belts, mine secure. Check yours.
Yep.
Okay, flight instruments are still set. Okay. Nav instruments we're not using. So it's going to be a takeoff briefing, then lineup checks. So takeoff briefing, it's a normal takeoff, runway 32. If we don't lift off by the intersection, we'll abort. Our liftoff speed will be 85. We're going to climb out at 105. If we lose an engine on the ground, we'll stop straight ahead. If we lose it in the air, we're committed to fly. We'll drill the vital actions, feather the engine, do a circuit and land. In the event of any emergency during the flight, I'll fly the aircraft.
To the west of the field, clear.
Any questions?
2500.
Remind me, rotation is 85?
85.
Yep, okay.
Okay, time up will be 1455.
Oscar Charlie Hotel is over the field. We'll be joining a mid right-hand downwind for runway 32 for a full stop.
You can set your heading indicator on 32, it already is. Ice protection, we don't need lights. You can turn on your landing lights, it's these two switches. And fuel pumps on. Okay, you can release the parking brake. And it looks like we're number 2 to go here. Just pull it up, then down, don't touch the button.
Okay, that's all the way.
For the practice area. Burlington traffic, Oscar Charlie Hotel is joining a mid downwind for runway 32 for a full stop.
Okay, I think we have time to line up and wait behind him. But when he moves out of the way, we'll taxi into position and stop.
Yep.
Burlington traffic, Echo Victor Sierra is 2,000 feet, 5 miles west, the crossing overhead to join left downwind, mid right downwind for 32.
Oh man, good there, let's go. Roger traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo, position away 32. Put us line up with those white stripes.
Yep, I was going to try to get as much runway as I could.
Yeah. So if we pass him, we'll pass him on the right. We are quite a bit faster than he is.
Did he say he was staying in the circuit? I didn't catch it.
I thought he said to the west.
I didn't catch it, but okay.
Hey, hold the brakes, bring the RPM up to 2,000.
I think I am hitting that bar, so there we go, okay. 2,000?
Yeah, 2,000 RPM. Okay, check all your gauges, everything looks green. Okay, eyes down the runway, release the brakes, full power. Roger traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo departing 32, left turn out, we have the traffic ahead.
Burlington traffic, Oscar Charlie Hotel is turn final, runway 32.
Okay, we've got airspeed, 2 good engines. There's 85, lift off.
Positive rate.
Yeah, runway's gone, gear up. Pull it out, then up.
Got it.
Okay, nose down a little bit. This is about the attitude you want right here.
That was the in-transit light?
Yes, it was.
Alright, what we climb for again? 110?
105 initially. There's a blue line on there, it's a little hard to see.
Traffic, Bravo Juliet Kilo, departing the circuit to the west.
Okay, there's 400 feet. Bring the power back to 25 inches.
Foxtrot Romeo Whiskey Mike is 4 miles to the west and currently proceeding to the line.
So I'm looking at
manifold
pressure.
Yeah.
Alright.
And the props back to 25.
That'll be a very small movement.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, left wing, caps and cowls are secure. There's no fire, smoke, or oil, and same in the right.
Okay, so 25 squares is what we wanted?
25, yes. Okay, and nose down a little bit, accelerate to 120 and then climb. Start a left turn now, heading 240, climb 2,300.
240, and we're climbing for 2,400.
Yeah, and there's our traffic right there. I have him if you don't.
I got him.
Okay.
You want to stay to his right?
Stay to his left, actually.
Okay.
Start to traffic, Oscar Sierra with you 1,800 off 32 in a left turn. We'll depart 240, climbing 2,300. We have the 172 ahead.
And so you want me doing 120?
Good, Kevin, thank you.
Heading 240, speed 120. Yep.
Further traffic, Echo Victor Sierra crossing overhead, join mid right down 1432.
We'll level off at 2,300 feet.
Okay. Just to make my life more difficult on the climb out, my noise canceling failed because my batteries died.
No.
Rolling traffic.
Always adding a challenge.
Romeo Whiskey Mike is coming up to the shoreline, 5 miles.
100 feet to go.
Now, let's switch over to Toronto. 2,000.
Hey, level off.
And we're 24 squared?
Yeah, level off, we're still climbing, nose down.
You want 2,400, yeah?
I do, yes, please.
Okay. And 24 squared.
Okay, you can kind of see the tanks to the right there.
Shiny things?
Yeah, just kind of nose over toward that a little bit.
Traffic, Victor Bob Victor, summon to the west is 2,400 and on for landing.
Yeah, this heading's okay, you can fly this heading. So things happen pretty quickly on the takeoff roll. If you're, used to flying 172s or slower aircraft.
Yeah, that was all pretty fast.
Traffic, Echo Victor Sierra, turning final 32, full stop.
Alright, we're clear of the 2,500 foot ring now. Let's climb 3,400. So from the right, mixture's rich, props 25, throttle's 25. And if you remember the pitch attitude you had previously, put your nose there in relation to the horizon. You can hear that pulsing, huh?
That's because they're not sunk?
That is correct. So
Yeah,
just
so
move one of their levers.
Yeah.
But you gotta
Good
listen
there.
though, you gotta look outside, just use your ears. So just listen.
Yeah, there's the pulsing.
That's going the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
Just, and it's almost time to level off again. Alright, level off, 3,400. And reset cruise power. They're still climbing a little bit.
Friendly traffic, Echo Victor Sierra, clear 32.
Okay. Cruise check, so power set, cowl flaps are closed. You can close those up one at a time.
The one notch like that?
Yeah, all the way up actually.
Okay, yep.
Fuel pumps off one at a time, so left pump off and we'll monitor the fuel pressure. Still good, right pump off. Still good. Mission controls lean for cruise, so the easy way to lean this is just look at the fuel flow and bring it back below about 12 gallons per hour. And finally landing lights off.
Papa Juliet Kilo is deep
These
in
two?
the area, 5 to the west, just east of Wilton.
Okay, we're going to switch over to the practice area frequency now.
Burlington practice area, traffic, Papa Julia Kilo is about 2 miles northeast of Freelton. We're westbound at 2,400 feet following the 401.
Alright, we're coming up to the edge of the TCA. So we're going to climb again. So we'll climb to 4,000 now, so from right to left. Mixtures, props, throttles, 25 inches, 2,500 RPM. And just 4,000 is good. Once you're there, you can reset cruise power.
And where I'm going to, sorry, 4?
4,000.
Oh, so we're already there.
Yeah, that'd take long. Auxiliary traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo, level 4,000, and 1 mile south of Rockton Tanks, southwest bound. And let's just maintain 4,000.
Say again?
Maintain 4,000.
Yep.
It's not the nicest airplane to fly. The controls are kind of heavy and slow reacting. But it works okay as a trainer. So you can just do some rolls left and right, just kind of get used to the...
Like just some S-turns?
Sure, that'd be fine.
Okay, so let's go left. Right.
They're clear, right? Piper actually redesigned this thing, and this is a Seneca 1.
Say again?
When they redesigned this aircraft to make the Seneca 2 out of it, it gave it larger control surfaces because people complain so much.
Right.
Alright, I have control.
You have control.
So we're going to take a look at engine failure. So it's a nice day, we're flying along. 4,000 feet, heading 240. And I'm going to simulate failing the engine. Now, I'm not going to recover immediately, I just want you to see what the plane's going to do. But rest assured, I will recover. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so here we go. Simulate engine failure. Let's see the pitch, roll, and yaw.
Yep.
So here's the fix, right? Control. So stop the yaw, stop the roll, stop the pitch.
And
Power. So mixtures, props, throttles.
they just hammered them, eh? Even though red line, we're not worried about that. We're just...
Well, we're on the red line. We don't want to be over it.
So did you floor them, or did you make sure you didn't go over red line?
I put them up slowly.
Okay.
Okay, so control, power. Next thing is drag. So flaps up, gear up. Identify dead foot, dead engine. I'm pressing with my right foot. My left foot's doing nothing.
Right.
So I suspect that my left engine is dead, but I would want to verify it. Of course, in training, it's very obvious because the throttle's back, right?
Yeah, so we're tending not to look.
We'll go through the motions of pulling it back. We're seeing no airspeed change, so I'm pretty sure that we have lost the left engine. All right, so now, where are we? We've got altitude, right? We're 4,000 feet. We're maintaining airspeed. We're doing okay at the moment. So what I'm going to do is a cause check. So I can turn on the fuel pumps. I can cycle the mags. I can cross-feed the fuel. I can turn on the alternate air. But of course, none of that works in practice. So we're going to decide, well, what we need to do is feather it. So for practice, we're just going to pull it back an inch to indicate which engine we've tried to feather there. Of course, if we were really feathering it, it would be full back. And in practice, once you as the student do that, I'm going to increase power on our simulated dead engine. So what this does is by increasing power, we can simulate the lack of drag. Okay. So at this point, I can then pull out the checklist and do the items on the checklist, right? So powering the good engine as required. We're doing okay. I'm going to actually reduce it a little bit just so we're not killing that one good engine. Trim 5 degrees to the good engine, so I'll do that.
And I hear a horn or something, is that correct?
Yeah, so what you're hearing is the gear horn. So once you reduce power below a certain amount, in this case about 14 inches, the gear horn will blow because the flaps aren't down.
Right.
So it's a bit annoying, but we'll live with it for now. Yep. So fuel on the right end, the left engine simulated off. Magnetos, left engine simulated off. Cow flap, simulated closed, it already is. Alternator, left engine simulated off. Electrical load reduced. We're doing okay. We're not using very much electricity at the moment. Fuel selector off. Fuel selector, live engine crossfeed if needed. And then we'd have to consider where we're going to go now. Alright, so we're doing okay. We've got about 120 miles per hour. We're maintaining our altitude, no problem. Actually need to retrim a little bit.
This area traffic, Papa Julia Kilo.
So that is the entire drill. You have control?
180 for southbound.
Yeah, I have control.
2,300.
It's just fly the aircraft around. You can make some turns left and right. Just get used to it. I might not have it trimmed very well, so you may need to fix that.
Just to verify, I'm going to maintain bank into the good engine, and I'm going to keep the ball out of the cage towards the good engine.
Yeah.
Alright, so you just want me to just do a little bit of maneuvering?
Yeah, just to get the feel for it, right? The plane tries to turn left all the time.
Yeah,
So when you're trying to turn right, it resists you.
You did a pretty good job trimming it, though. It's not really fighting too much.
Okay.
I mean, is this about as much as we want to... How much you want to turn?
Well, you can go up to 30 degrees of bank.
Okay, let's try that. It's into the bad engine that you don't want to bank, right?
Well, let's see how it does.
Okay, so we'll stop there and then we'll come back the other way?
Yes, please. So you can go left 30 degrees of bank.
For real, yeah?
Yeah.
So I thought there's a myth about not turning into your bad engine, but as long as you have speed, I guess you're fine. Is that the idea?
Well,
you have
to pay attention, right? I mean, it would get away on you if you don't pay attention.
Well, but am I going too fast? Like, should I be one?
No, we're good. We're doing 130.
Yeah, okay.
Right, let's go back to the right again. Fly heading of 270, please. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a myth. You know, there is some risk that if you aren't attentive, the aircraft will get away on you. But you know, there's no reason why you can't fly this aircraft at 30 degrees of bank into the failed engine.
Oops, I went past my heading.
That's right. All right. You know, again, you have to do what's appropriate for the plane you're flying, right? All right, so I'm going to give you back your engine now, so
be ready for that, yeah.
I'm just going to try not to be too jerky here. I'll give you back cruise power, both engines.
All right, so it makes sense that I need to trim it down because you had a trim nose up?
Yeah.
And did you have rudder trim in?
I had a little bit. So the easiest way to do that is with the ball center, just let go of the yoke and see if it rolls. It's rolling right a bit.
So I need more left?
That's great. Piper Seneca traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo 4105 west of Paris, westbound.
Okay, so let's just review that procedure again. So it's control,
yep.
Power,
yes.
drag,
yes.
Identify,
yes.
Verify,
that's correct,
and then feather.
Well, cause check.
Oh, cause check,
but
right.
Feather, yeah.
Okay.
And then save your good engine, right?
Okay.
Okay, let's make a turn to the right just to avoid overflying Paris there.
You want me to maintain 4 because we're 4,200.
You can just stay this altitude, that's okay.
Alright.
This heading's good, just fly this heading for now. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to simulate failing an engine on you. And initially I just want you to just control the plane.
So I'll try not to look so I don't see which one you're pulling, or do you hide
won't be able to look because I'm going to hide it.
Roger, good.
Right? Yep. So all I want you to do is just control the plane and then using dead foot, dead engine, identify which one's failed.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Simulate engine failure.
Okay, so I can already tell my right foot is dead.
Yeah.
So I'm controlling.
Yeah.
Power going to be full forward. Can't reach it, but I'm on it now.
Yeah. Control,
so
power,
full forward, everything. Full mixtures. I'm gonna go gently to 25.
Yeah. No, to full.
Sorry, I'm afraid to floor it, but okay, there you go. All right, and then full throttle.
Yeah. All the way. All
right. Okay, so we've gotten rid of our drag, so we're gonna go gear up, flaps up.
Okay.
And now I'm going to identify.
Yeah, you've already done that, but do it again.
Yeah, so dead foot is right, so I'm going to play with my right throttle. I'm going to verify that that fact didn't change anything, so
Okay, I'm just going to interrupt you here. Look at our attitude, right?
so I'm diving, so I should have, yeah, so I think I've lost about 300 feet while we were talking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Just
When
level
you're
off
cruising,
now.
it's hard to, but good point. Okay, where was I? So I've checked
So
it.
we've gone to identify and verify.
Right.
Okay.
So now it'd be cause check before feathering?
Yeah, so you could, do a cockpit sweep, right? You could cross feed the fuel.
Oh yeah.
You could open the alternate air. You could.
So do you
Play
kind of
the
go left
mixture.
to right, or how's your flow for that?
Well, for me, I go from here. It doesn't really matter which way you go, so pick one and stick with it. You can cycle the mags. You can turn on the fuel pump.
Is number one thing usually out of gas, so it probably makes more sense to go from the right?
Yeah.
So cross feed would be first,
Yeah.
then we're gonna go this way, we're gonna check everything.
Right, we're still losing altitude, so let's just make sure the aircraft is trimmed.
Yeah. That should have been my control, that should have been step
That's
one.
part of control, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we've done all of the cause check. Nothing has worked. So now we're going to feather it. And so what I'd like you to do is just pull the prop lever back an inch to indicate that you've feathered the engine.
I'm gonna go right,
Yep.
1 inch.
Okay, very good. So now that you've done that, keep your eyes outside because I don't have mine outside.
Got it. So now I'm gonna adjust as you do that, and less, it requires less of everything to...
Yep. Okay, so we have simulated zero thrust.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep my ball half towards... I guess while that was all going on, I was still trying to do the same thing, 5-degree bank, and...
Yep.
Is that correct? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. To get the zero slip.
Yep,
Alright, so now it's just less rudder is required to maintain the zero slip
that's correct.
because we allow drag.
We're still descending a little bit. Just
Yeah,
make sure you are
fix that.
trimmed.
Yeah.
Going to practice area traffic.
That was just my hand.
Papa Julia Kilo is 5 miles southeast of Sosa, eastbound 2,600 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the engine feathered.
Oh yeah, the list.
Right. You can pull out the list and start reading from there.
So power good engine as required. We're happy with where we're at.
Well, we're hammering it, right? So
Also
let's
back it off?
Let's actually back it off a bit.
So left
Maybe,
to right? Or right to left?
left to right, sorry. So go to 25 inches, 2,500 RPM. We're climbing again. If you meant to do that, it's okay.
I didn't mean to. Okay, so 25, 25.
Okay.
Trim, yeah, well, we're not the best trim right now, but we're hanging in there. Fuel pump off and everything for in-op.
Right.
Stop my turns. I'm going to just maintain my heading while doing all this. I guess just hold it up. Makes more sense.
That would be easier.
Electrical load, reduce, so we would turn off what we don't need, or what is the reason for that?
Well, so there's only so much we can run off of one alternator, right? But right now, we're okay. So we don't need to do that.
Alright, and fuel selector would be off. This is now securing the engine.
That's correct.
Okay.
And so, Waterloo Airport's over there. We'd probably consider going to that place, right?
So we would tune
Okay,
in.
let's turn in that direction. I will maintain 3,800 feet now.
Yeah. So I've been hanging in there in the 500 foot plus or minus range.
Oh,
Is it like a flight test? You want to be within 100 feet while all this is going on?
well, that's the flight test standard.
Yeah.
In real life, you do what you got to do, right? We'll just make a big shallow turn, come back around to the northeast. Fly about actually you can make your heading 090.
Alright, well I feel like I'm pretty on board there. I feel like it was good that we did that work yesterday to get warmed up.
Yeah, most people are pretty deer in the headlights when they first try this in the plane. So it probably was a good thing to do in the simulator.
Yeah.
Hey, fly heading 090 for now, and I'm going to give you back your engine.
Okay.
And your leg gets tired doing this after a while.
Say again?
Your leg will probably get tired holding that rudder after a while.
Yeah, but we're back, so I don't need it, so that's good. I don't think I really did much with the rudder trim. I'm not used to that control, so I was kind of working harder than I needed to. And then we should power back 24 squared, or you kind of...
I already did that, yeah.
All right, we're going to maintain 4 down. Or should we start cruise descent?
Maintain 4 is okay.
Wow, we covered some ground there. Hey, those tanks way over there?
Yeah.
Did we get all the way to Brantford?
Yeah, Brantford's right over there.
Yeah. Cool. Thing's fast.
Okay. Whoa.
I just lost. That was...
What happened?
That wasn't me.
What happened?
We just lost...
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was trimming. So left. We just lost some left power.
Oh, crap. Okay, control, power, pull. Props forward. Throttles forward. Okay, identify.
Well, left. Dead foot is left.
Okay, pull the left throttle back. All the way back, all the way back. Hey, we're not losing airspeed. Crap, we lost the left engine. All right, feather it, pull it back.
1 inch or for real?
All the way, for real.
Okay. And mixture?
Mixture back.
All the way?
Left. Make sure it's the left. All the way, all the way.
Whoa, we really killed an engine.
Yeah. We lost an engine. All right, so Waterloo's over there. We better start heading there. All right, yeah, don't do that. I killed it on you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
Told me we weren't going to do that, you bugger.
Maintain altitude for now.
Holy shit, I thought that was a good one. I really thought that was real. Is that what you do to every student? You say, we're not really going to do it. And then you really do it?
Hey, we're going to do an air start. Okay, so let's see here. Mags are on. Props in the cruise position. We have about 1 inch of throttle. Just maintain altitude.
Need a minute to recover. Okay, so
just crank the left starter.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, oh, not enough. Sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
You got it? I don't...
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, there it is.
Right, it's windmilling. Right, it's going to come up. Here it comes. Right, just control the plane.
I got it.
And I'll set cruise power for you.
Holy shit, we should have shot that pre-briefing, but we were moving fast, so I didn't do it. But talking with the DA-42, and it was like, I guess that's a different airplane. My buddy shut that down when he was training, but we don't do that in this airplane. Oh my god.
Okay, let's turn right.
Oh.
Alright, the reason I wanted to do that, first thing I did is I made sure of our position, right? We're close to a lot of airports. We're not heavy. We're well under our gross weight. We're about 3,850, 3,900 pounds. It's not very hot today. You know, it's just under 40 Fahrenheit. So, you know, we're not pushing the limits of the aircraft's capabilities, right? Plus, we just did a couple of engine failures simulated. So I had a very good idea that the aircraft is actually going to fly okay on one engine. Right? Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. So if it was minus 25 out, or, you know, 40 Celsius, we wouldn't do that. You can turn back to the right now and just head back to the west.
Set my heading for west?
Oh, sure. And you can just maintain 3,500 feet. The reason why I like to do that is to show you how non-dramatic the failure actually is when it happens, right? You noticed it,
yeah,
but a lot of people don't. They don't even know that something's happened. They kind of feel the plane, you know, wiggle a little bit, and they just go right on with what they were doing. And, you know, I have to say, what did you do? Or, you know, give them a hint.
Oh yeah, I knew right away, yeah.
Yeah, so...
But I really believed that something happened, because I was like, I didn't do anything, but we lost the left. Alright, that's cool.
No, you did alright. Like, you kind of kept your cool and just, you know, did what I told you to do without freaking out, which is great.
I 100% thought we lost it, though. You did a good job fooling me.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good actor.
I was like, yeah, it's still flying, okay.
Yeah, but you got to see, you know, that actually feather in the plane, you know, it flies.
Yeah.
If you got altitude, it's not the end of the world, right? Keep your head, do the procedure, and you'll be alright. unlike what happens on an overshoot. So we're going to try that now.
All
So
right.
let's do this. Bring the power back to about 17 inches.
So as if we're like landing.
Yep.
So power's coming back, and then I'll go prop full fine. Like as if we're on approach.
We will momentarily, but not quite yet. So what we'll do is we'll say 3,000 feet is our simulated ground level.
So I'm gonna start descending.
Not yet.
Okay.
Let's lower the gear.
So we're good.
Below
for speed.
150, yeah.
Okay. So gear is out and down. Transit.
Yeah.
And so the pump. There's
3 green and the mirror nose gear.
Yeah, I got nose. That's all you can really see, eh?
Okay, let's just maintain altitude for now. Don't start descending yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Let's lower the flaps in stages. We'll go 10, 25, then 40.
And we're in the white arc, so we're good for that. Where the hell's the flap control in this thing?
Oh, it's right here.
Oh yes, right. 1, and you want me at 2?
Yeah. Hey, we're below 125. You can go full flaps.
That's a workout.
Yeah, it takes a pretty big pull.
Okay, and you want me at 110?
I want you at 90. I'm gonna be pretty slow.
So 17 inches, props where they were.
Yeah, you
And
may have to.
90.
We're about 90. Okay, reduce power now and start a descent.
So reduce
Just make a slight turn to the right to avoid the town there. That's good.
15 inches and full fine.
Yeah, that'll work. Well, so make sure some props forward. Hey, that's good. All right, so the overshoot procedure is like any other airplane, right? It's full power, pitch for climb altitude, then clean up the gear and flaps, right? However, as soon as you do that, I'm going to fail an engine on you. Your first job is to put the nose down, right? Because we're going to be in a nose up at it. If you don't do that, we're going to hit VMC.
And I want to do a blue line, or what's
You want to pitch for blue line? Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Okay, are you ready?
for an overshoot.
Are you ready for an overshoot?
I am ready for an overshoot.
Okay, overshoot now.
So full power.
Full power, pitch up, clean up the gear and flaps.
So gear first.
Yeah, look outside, pitch for climb. Simulate engine failure.
I'm gonna leave the flaps where they were because I didn't get them all the way up yet.
Control, power.
I have control, power, full.
It is full. Drag.
Full. Gears up,
Flaps
flaps
up,
are
gear
going up. I don't want to stay.
All the way.
Yeah, I'm going slow.
Don't do it fast. We don't have time to go slow. All the way. Okay.
Alright, blue line.
Control, power, drag, identify.
Yeah, so it's definitely left, played with left.
Verify, feather. Pull it back an inch. Okay, pitch for blue line.
Sorry, that changed fast on me. Okay, got it.
Yeah, sorry, that's my fault.
That's okay. I fixed it.
Kind of jerking it around here.
A little fast on blue line.
Okay, remember the 3 things, right? Ball half out, a little bit of bang, fly the blue line.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, you're a little fast, right? But to me, it looks like the top or the bottom of the window is right about on the horizon.
Yeah, same for me. If I have it right. So there it
So
is.
don't look at that. Just look outside.
Yeah, okay.
They're actually climbing. We're doing okay, right?
Yeah,
Or at
so
least we're maintaining altitude. So we're 400 AGL simulated right now.
how far did we get through the whole thing? We've cleaned it up, we've identified,
That's
we've
it.
feathered.
Now there's nothing else to do, right? Just concentrate on flying the 3 things that you need to do.
Because we're pretending that was a real deal with the ground is like right there.
Yeah.
So we just need to fly away.
Yeah, we don't have time to do any cause checks or anything like that. We don't have time to secure anything.
Okay.
We gotta concentrate on not crashing.
Okay, so we are climbing blue line and we're ball at 5 degrees.
Right. Okay, cool. All right, good job. So we're back at our initial altitude of 35. Okay, I have control.
You have control.
All right, I'm just gonna bring the power back here. And so I want to show you the effect of VMC. So the situation is this, right? We're possibly low speed, low altitude. We've lost an engine. We haven't yet feathered it. The other engine is running away at full power because we did that part. And then we just start getting slow. I'm not going to actually hit VMC. I'm only going to use half of the available rudder travel here. But I'm just going to start raising the nose.
So you're going to pretend like that's it for rudder and then you're going to see where it goes without any, yeah, okay.
Okay, because I raised the nose, so I need more control input. So there's half rudder.
Yeah.
If I get any slower, look what's happening. We're losing it.
Wow, that's
Here's
a
the
lot.
recovery. Nose down, chop the power. Okay, now I've got control again, right?
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to full power, and you have control.
Okay.
You're gonna do the same thing.
Okay, just to be clear, we are still on one engine.
Yeah.
We do not have that one.
Our left engine is simulated dead.
Alright, and you want me doing a blue line climb and then pretend to hit VMC?
Just start raising the nose.
I'm not... Where's my rudder at now? I'm good for where I've got it? Like
you can have a little bit more, but just start raising the nose.
So now when I raise the nose, no more rudder, so I don't actually run out.
That's correct.
For simulating. Okay, so...
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Now I feel like I'm losing it.
You are losing it. Recover. Nose down, chop the power.
Not too much nose down.
Well, it depends how close to the ground you are, right? Our ground level was 3,000 feet.
It was?
Well, simulated,
okay.
Right?
And then I went full power and recovered.
Alright, very good. Alright, let's head back to the airport. So, I'll just give you,
okay, you have throttles?
Power. I got the throttles. Fly heading 060 and 3,000 feet. And obviously watch for traffic because I'm not.
I'm looking, yes. How are we doing for time?
Okay, we should get back just about on time.
Yeah, that's good. My brain is feeling like it's nearly at capacity, but I'm still on board.
That's fine.
There was legit adrenaline there.
Cessna 152 Golf Yankee Alpha Papa just cleared the control zone westbound 4,500 heading.
Where do you want me for altitude? 34?
Just stay here. This altitude's okay.
And then 24 squared?
Well, you should already have it.
Oh.
Or just
25 inches on manifold, but...
yeah, that's okay.
Rental power at home. Okay, so we're heading home for a normal circuit and landing with 2 engines.
That is affirmative.
Okay, when we just brief that, will we have a minute? I'll head for the tanks.
Yep, so just head for the tanks. So, in the downwind, we're going to have about 17 inches of manifold pressure. That'll give us about 120 airspeed. About midway down the downwind, we'll lower the gear. Beam the numbers, you can start getting flaps out. About 10 degrees of beam the numbers. We'll fly a slightly larger circuit than you might in, say, a 172. Just because we're a little bit faster. Speed on final, about 100 miles per hour is fine. We'll have full flaps on final. Once we turn final, we'll do the gum check. We'll come over the numbers at about 95. You're going to carry a little bit of power right into the flare, so don't chop the throttles to idle. If you do that, we're going to touch down hard.
Right, because we're getting accelerated airflow giving us extra lift. Yeah.
So once we touch down, start gentle braking right away. But don't touch anything. So if you're in the habit of slapping the flaps up as soon as you touch down, don't do that.
We don't want to do that because we might accidentally raise the gear?
That's correct.
Yep. Yeah, I was trained that early, which is a bad habit. I'm trying to break it. I was told, like, get the flaps up so you're braking with the wheels, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well,
if you're trying to stop really short, you might do that.
Yeah, it just shouldn't be a normal procedure, I guess.
We have a 4,000-foot runway, so we don't really need to do it, right?
Yep. And will we stick full back for aerodynamic braking? Or?
Yep, once we touch down.
Yep.
So the aircraft's a little bit heavy. You might consider in the flare dialing in a bit of nose-up trim.
Like while I'm doing it?
Yeah, just in the flare. Up to you. If you want to muscle it, that's fine. I'm sure you're going to find the DC-3 and the Beech18 a lot heavier than this thing is.
Well, we'll find out.
Prax Air traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo 3,500, 2 east to St. George, corrector 2 west to St. George, northeast bound.
I only had one chance to land the DC-3 and it was a fairly stressful situation at Oshkosh, so I can't say that.
How'd that go?
It actually didn't go super bad. I mean, it wasn't pretty, but it wasn't terrible. They really let me land it.
Did you bounce?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Anyway, you should watch the video. It's like I memorized the eye to ground height before we took off, so I really did get it right. And I asked him, I'm like, we're like, mains are like 5 feet off the ground now, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna like just bleed it off. I'm gonna be perfect. I had no descent rate. And really we didn't. Like the first touchdown was almost nothing, but it was just enough that didn't matter. It had like 3 giant bounces.
Usually that's just excess airspeed, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I had another pilot tell me that, but he told me to fly it in at 90, which is what we did.
Okay.
I think that's why we went over the fence at 90, which is a bit fast, because I think it's airborne at 60. Crazy, an airplane that big.
What, 60 knots?
Yep.
Come on, are you sure?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just a gigantic wing, right?
Yeah.
100-foot wingspan. And the wheels are like gigantic beach balls. I actually had a belly camera, so when you're seeing it bouncing, by the time it finished bouncing, the bounce was 3 wheels worth, basically, so that's almost like a 10-foot bounce. But I did everything right. I blipped the power to like soften it, and he really let me do it. We had a lot of runway to play with. It was an interesting experience, but I'm looking forward to doing it somewhere quieter, which is what we're going to do next week, and then I'll have some time to actually land a couple times.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm looking forward to putting this stuff into practice and try some engine out stuff with it and see how it scales up.
Yeah, so you got to follow the procedure for that aircraft, right? You know, going to full, like, you know, this thing's pretty bulletproof, so we can sort of, you know, put the throttle forward all the way, but that may not be what you should do in a DC-3, right?
Well, it's a gigantic turbocharged radial, so I'm not sure it would.
You might blow something up doing that.
That's right.
So just resist the temptation to slam things forward, right? Although, to your credit,
you can see
you were well aware of that
and
did not do it in this plane, which is great.
I don't ever do it because I fly so many different things that I'm never that guy.
Right.
And sometimes to a fault, I'm too slow to like slam it in recoveries. Like,
well, it really makes me cringe when people slam the props forward and
it's like downshifting on
momentarily goes to 27 and 2800 RPM, right?
Well, it's like putting your car into like second gear on the highway. You just can't downshift like that.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah, so I'd always drive sticks, so that's in my mind. I understand what's going on.
Good.
But yeah. Like with the pits though, it was the opposite. You could be in a vertical dive and the procedure is full everything for recovery. And I'm like, I just can't get my head around that.
Alright, we can start a slow descent now. Just descend slowly to 2,300.
So keep the power where it is or back it up?
Yeah, we'll just take the increase in speed. We're well below the yellow arc.
Yep.
Ground speed 155 climbing. That's in knots. Everything here is miles per hour. This is knots.
Okay, so let me just review the procedure of the circuit. We're going to fly over midfield. We're going to set power to 17 inches. And we're looking for 110 on downwind.
Yeah.
And then we're going to set power to 15 on base as we make that turn. We're looking for 100. We're going to maintain that. And then we're looking for 90 over the fence. Is that right?
100 on final, 95 over the fence.
Okay. And we're going to do a gumps check on final, but the downwind check is also where gear comes down. Like that's where initially it comes down?
Mid downwind, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to check it again on final. Do you check it 2 or 3 times?
Well, I like, you know,
More than
we'll
once.
do the gumps check as soon as we turn final. And then just a final at 200 AGL, just gears down, or is not down.
Right.
If it's not down, we're starting an overshoot at that point.
Berlin's traffic, Kilo Oscar Victor crossing 2709.
A pretty good viz today. You can see all the way to downtown Toronto.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So it's a little wobbly, but it's not too bad of a flying airplane.
Well, controls are not very responsive. I kind of liken it to driving a dump truck. You know, it gets the job done. It's not very sporty.
Right.
Road to traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo's 10 West, 2,700 descending. We'll join overhead for the mid-right downwind 32. Alright, if you open up your normal checklist there, there's some in-range checks we can do. Just make sure you level off at 2,300 though.
2,300?
Yes, please.
Okay, so mags are on, master and alternators. Where's that switch again?
There.
Once they're both up, forward is on. Descending for 300 or 2,300. Engine gauges are all green. Mixtures are going to be full rich now, or just?
Well, I would defer that actually.
Okay. Still descending.
We can enrich them a little bit.
Alright, seatbelts and so on, we're good to go. Passengers briefed. You want to do any kind of landing briefing?
No, just, we've already briefed it. It's going to be a normal landing.
Okay, and then next thing is jumps.
You can continue to descend now to 2,000. And let's just pass to the left of the escarpment, rather than go over the high ground. You might want to pull the throttles back. We're getting pretty close and we're grounding 160.
Alright, so what do you want, like 2,000 or something?
20 inches.
20 inches, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
And we'll just leave the props where they are for now?
Yeah, they'll stay there until we're on final.
And then final goes full fine.
That's correct. Alright, descend 2,000 now. But actually you can continue to descend right down to 1,500.
Yep.
We're out to traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo's 3 West, 2,100. We'll join overhead for the mid-right downwind 32.
I feel like we're blasting though. Should we slow down more?
Yeah.
Okay, so power's
Bring
going.
the power back to 17. We'll slow down once we level off, but we got to descend.
We'll slow down that fast from this speed, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'd want to approach this fast if I didn't know that we'd be able to slow it down, but you're saying, yeah, no problem from here? I guess this thing's a bag of hammers.
It's kind of draggy once you level off.
Okay, so we're aiming for 1,500 overhead, and then we're going to slow down to 110 as we join downwind.
120, 110, somewhere around there in that range.
And we have a gear warning horn because of where our power's at.
Yeah, that's not normal. It shouldn't be going off at that power setting.
Where should it be going off at 15?
13 or 14.
Oh, so what's that, a matter of maintenance?
Matter of adjusting it.
Okay,
100 feet to go. And you can start to level off.
Now, should I just throw the gear out now to get it slowed down, or just wait?
You can, yeah, that would help. We're below 150, you can go gear down.
Okay, gear's coming down in transit.
We'll also have the side benefit of silencing that horn.
Say again?
It'll shut the horn up.
Right.
We're to traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo's overhead the field, 1,500. We'll join a mid-right downwind 32.
Okay, so I guess we'll do a gums check because we did it, so gear's down.
We want to do that on final.
So what do we do for a downwind check?
Nothing. We already did our mid-range checks. Level off though, we're still descending.
Should we go mixture rich?
Traffic,
no, we'll do that on final.
Mixture, lining up for 1-4 for immediate departure for the circuit.
Wind's favoring 1-4 now, confirm?
Correction 3-2.
Thank you.
Did he call it departing 1-4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be exciting. Okay, you can turn downwind. Oscar, Sierra Romeo is joining mid-right downwind 32 Burlington.
Alright, we're at 110, that's where we want to be.
Okay.
Power is 17, that's where we want to be.
Yep. Speed's good.
Gear's
Altitude's
down.
Okay, gear down.
So should we consider 1 notch of flaps yet?
Yep, flaps 10 degrees. We're
1 notch.
already at beam the numbers. Okay, let's try not to descend any further until we're on the base.
Yeah, so I guess our nose up trip. And then we're going to go 2 notches.
Yeah, 1 more notch and turn base now.
Turkey Vulture, watch out for him.
Yeah, don't hit him.
And that's where I'm leaving it, or are we going full flaps on final?
We'll go full on final. Let's nose down a little bit, we're a little slow, we're not descending. Okay, no traffic joining straight in. We're just a little bit fast, there we go. Back to traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo, turning final, 3-2, full stop. Hey, turn final, flaps 40. We're high and we're not descending, we gotta get down.
There goes full flaps.
Hey, gas, undercarriage, mixtures, props.
Hey, mixture props.
And fuel pumps on.
1, 2.
Okay, you're looking good.
We're gonna get back on center line, not looking great. Alright, so I want 100 now and 95 over the fence, correct?
That's correct.
Alright, is that a little bit low for these trees?
Victor turning downwind for 3-2.
Yeah, that's a little power is fine.
Alright.
Hey, 200 feet, the gear's down. Hey, you can start walking the power back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not looking at it, so I'll glance quickly. So that's 15 inches, that's where as low as I want to go. Until we're...
Oh, you can go a little bit lower. A bit lower, a bit lower.
I just don't want to go too much lower.
That's good. Hold this right to the flare. Okay, level off, power idle. Nose up, up. Hey, we're a little left, but soft enough landing. Come back to the center line. It looks like the taxiway's open again, that's good. You can roll it to the end.
All the way to the end?
Traffic, it's Fox Sierra November India. We're departing runway 32.
Sierra November India, it's Oscar, Sierra Romeo, we're still rolling to the end.
Roger.
Yeah, thanks for the advice to give some nose up trim. There's no way I would want to muscle that flare.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Traffic, Kilo Oscar Victor turning base for 3-2.
Hey, on the brakes.
Okay, a little bit asymmetrical to make that turn. Stay in the middle.
Back to traffic, Oscar, Sierra Romeo is clear of 3-2. Alright, very good.
Okay, you want to take control and debrief?
I have control.
You have it.
Okay, so after landing checks.
Flaps up. Bow flaps open.
Runway to traffic, Kilo Oscar Victor.
I do that, I push the little silver button.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, those are open. Transponder standby. Got it. Fuel pumps off. Lights and heat off.
Yeah, they were never on, that's okay. Landing time, so we're down at 44.
Lean for taxi, just kind of pull it back an inch.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so how did you do?
Felt like I was always on board.
You mean always in the plane?
Yeah. Which doesn't always happen on lessons.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay.
Really? You've never had a student that you could tell was not on board anymore?
Oh, yes. I can understand.
Like that guy's a
They
bad.
just mentally checked out.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I jump in and out of things often, so I know sometimes it just happens where I'm like, and I'm no longer here.
Well, you know, at some point, it's not uncommon for people to just sort of reach their mental capacity, right? And then there's just, that's all they can do.
Yeah, so I felt like I was always on board. The engine failure was a full-on shock. It was cool. I really believed, I guess something went wrong. I saw you reaching down there, but I thought you were trying to fix it. When in fact what you were doing was actually...
No, I created it. I shut the fuel off.
So I believed that you were trying to fix it. I'm like, okay, for real? All right. I knew we weren't going to die, but I was like, this is a real emergency.
You're pretty calm. You didn't scream, so that's good.
I'm pretty calm. I know it's safe. So you got to stay calm. I mean, or when you're not calm, that's when you're asking for trouble. I don't know, so any key things you want to say while it's still being recorded, just so I have it for debrief?
I mean, obviously the thing that would help you is that just have that procedure down cold, right? And not have to think like, what's the next thing I need to do?
Right.
Although you got through most of it pretty well. I mean, your big advantage over a typical student who's learning this, you know, it may have 160 hours or something, is you've flown a lot of different airplanes. And so just flying the plane is not hard for you, right? I mean, yeah, it's faster than some other little airplanes you may have flown, but it's not out of your experience level. So, so you probably have a much easier time than the typical person who's trying to do this rating.
Oh, we're not done yet. We'll see.
Yeah, well, you know, the only thing I could suggest to you is just memorize that drill, and also memorize the emergency procedures checklist, right?
So things in the
Because
box.
anything in the box you're required to know from memory. Okay, let's shut down.
Yep.
Do a live mag check.
Okay, and if you could just get the top row, everything off, middle row, everything off, bottom row, everything off, and the master off. Good.
Like, cool, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. That was a good flight. Looking forward to the
Sorry
next
for
one.
surprising you there.
Nah, man.
Being a little deceitful, but
You gotta. That's good. Gotta make it real.
I mean, you know, if it happens to you for real, it's gonna be a surprise, right?
Yeah.
So now it's already happened to you, and that means you know what to do.
So have you
Survive.
ever had someone like legit freak out? That didn't, like, how do you fool everybody out, like, about that? Because I was experienced enough to know it's a thing that might happen, but you had to talk me out of it.
I've never had anyone panic. Most often, the reaction is they're just deer in the headlights. Like, they don't react.
Right.
They know something went wrong, and I'm trying to prompt them, like, what was that, or you know, something like that, or
Yeah.
what's going on, what's happening. I'm trying to get them to sense that, you know, they need to get going on it, right?
Yeah,
because it's not going to fly forever like that.
I think the only thing that was going on in my mind was that we briefed that if there was an emergency, you were going to take it. So I'm like, I got it, but when are you taking it, or what's going on?
Yeah.
So that was.
So, anyway, so sorry for the deception there, but I think it's a good training exercise, and the risk was very minimal. So that's why I decided to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, cool, man.
All right.
Okay.
I'll see you inside.